Hey guys, it's Tetor. Welcome to another video. I'll just be basically like reviewing RFK Jr.'s nutritional video, the most like popular video he has in his channel. So let's see like what he's about.
This is what most Americans innocently put into their bodies these days, and most
A lot of
alarmingly, into the
garbage.
bodies of their children. And it's no coincidence that Americans die earlier than Canadians.
That's actually like kind of crazy. Like you think the U.S. is like amazing. It's like a top nation, but like you see the statistic and like it's true, but it's like kind of sad. Like the U.S. life expectancy is like the lowest compared to like other nations, and like the US is like technologically advanced, people think. It's more like supply and demand, even though we're spending the most for like healthcare, resources for other people. But because just like not natural and like the costs aren't coming to like the right places, you can see like the statistics are like upside down. Like the US should have like the highest life expectancy, but in actuality it spends the most, even though it has like the lowest, which is actually kind of sad. But yeah, it
They're
happens.
Germans or Italians or Japanese or Koreans or Australians or most any other comparable country. And it wasn't always that way until the early 1990s. Our life expectancy was the same or better than other developed countries. Then suddenly, more and more Americans began suffering from chronic diseases, from obesity, cancer, diabetes, kidney disease, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and all kinds of autoimmune diseases. Our maternal mortality rate soared to the highest of any developed country on earth.
Yeah, mortality rates are basically just dead, and yeah, I feel like the diabetes, the obesity, the health conditions are like primarily in the U.S. Like obesity in the U.S. is like stereotypical because it like actually happens, and like yeah, the U.S. has like a lot of health conditions, and like it's like really bad. People really think that U.S. is known for healthcare, the best insurance, the best cost, but in actuality, it's just upside down, and it's unfortunate.
Same with infant mortality. Like the frog in the
Yeah,
slowly
it's pretty
boiling
tough.
water, we didn't really notice as we got sicker and sicker. We've grown now to accept chronic disease conditions as normal. But now in 2024, we're finally waking up to this cataclysm and we're asking ourselves, how in the world did this happen? Well, a big part of it is our diet. Restaurants that
Mm.
serve contaminated food are fined or shut down. But when it's the government that approves the poisons in our food, a few people get very, very rich, and the toxins end up in every.
Yeah, I feel like with companies and corporations, like something that's like illegal, something that's bad, like putting these chemicals, these bad food preservatives, putting these additives on our food, they're bad. But because of money, capitalism, and just like money in general, like with the FDA isn't really like a health organization. It's basically like the money equivalent to just like healthcare. It's like the government, but for health. But it actually like doesn't help us like reach the most like natural point of our lives. And it's unfortunate. Like when America is like very money driven, so even something that's like illegal and that's bad for people and that's inhumane, it's horrible because of just money and like monopolies. They literally get away with it because that's what our nation runs on, and that's the unfortunate truth. So yeah, W to RFK Jr. for that.
Supermarket aisle. Let me show you what I mean. Doritos, Cheez Its, Captain
You
Crunch,
could barely call
gummy
this food.
bears.
Gummy
Everyone knows
bears,
that these are junk
fucking
foods,
hell,
so maybe
it's
you wouldn't be too
ridiculous.
surprised to see that the ingredients include a lot of poisons, including a harmful yellow dye called tatrazine or yellow dye number 5. What you may not know is that this dye would.
That's basically like a red 40. Yeah, I don't know why it's in our foods, bro. That's like so bad. It's like a chemical compound found in colds too. He'll explain that later. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I feel like food isn't like food anymore. Like the Instagram ads where you just see the food, the bright colors, the like seasoning, the like showy looks. Like yeah, I feel like with food dyes, it's basically just sludge. It's like unfortunate.
Was originally made out of the sludge that's left over when you turn coal into coke for blast furnaces. It's called coal
That's
tar, and
nasty,
I've actually sued many big industries
bro.
for
Why would
legacy
coal tar be food?
contamination of coal
That's
tar all
fucking
around the
disgusting.
country because it's so toxic and it's so harmful to the environment and human beings.
You're damn right, RFK. Yo, notice how he says like human beings?
on the country because it's so toxic and it's so harmful.
He said it with like so much enthusiasm. He says it's so toxic, it's so bad to human beings. Because he's actually like telling the truth. It's not meant for human consumption. And that's like really unfortunate, right? Yeah, RFK Jr. is a real one. Amen. Like he is doing his stuff, man. Yeah, these foods ain't food, gang. They
To the
ain't.
environment and human beings. A century ago, it was just an obnoxious industrial byproduct that
Horrible.
everybody was trying to
Dog
figure
shit.
out ways to get rid of. One of the ways that they did that was by paving roads.
That's just
But then
nasty.
a British chemist figured out that the coal tar could be used to
Ain't good.
derive fabric dye. And if fabric
Bad
dye,
fabric dye.
why not food? Food manufacturers began using it to
You
cover
telling
up.
me this dye isn't Cheetos, bro? That explains everything. I feel like the kids that like grow up on junk food, eat a lot of these junk foods, like they don't really like think the best. They always have like some cognitive delay. They have these like facial deformities. They have like these skin conditions. They have these like junk food related issues, these food issues. And then these people actually think it's just genetics. While like you see like this shit where they just like put like some stupid dye, like tartrazine or coal tar, literally just coal tar into like foods like Cheetos, and it's not food. Like, come on.
The discoloration of low quality foods that they wanted to pass off on unsuspecting customers. They didn't know back then that this yellow dye, tartrazine, causes tumors, asthma, developmental delays, neurological damage, ADD, ADHD, hormone disruption, gene damage, anxiety, depression, intestinal.
Yeah, and that's not even like all of the issues that these American like foods do to you. This is just like the first page. Like this is scary. Imagine like eating junk foods or just being like a normie or just like living life and then you see this like the foods that you've been eating, the foods that you've been raised with, the foods that you'll eventually give to your future children. Like these are like the surface issues of these foods. Like and this is pretty bad. Like hormone disruption, like your future like boy or girl is gonna act like a day maybe. Like your boy's gonna act like a girl, your girl's gonna be more like a boy. That's like hormone, like looks like, acts like, feels like, and hormones are everything. Hormones are literally like what we're made of, and like having our hormones in check will lead to better outcomes. Like you'll be bullied less because you're more of a man. You're bullied less because you're more of a woman. Like this is awful. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Injuries. Well, we know it now. We've known this for decades.
Thank you.
That's why tartrazine is heavily restricted in other countries. In some countries, foods with tartrazine have a warning label that it may cause ADHD in children. Today, it's made from petroleum, not coal tar. Either way, it's crazy to add this to your kid's favorite food.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. They just instead of coal tar, like Dr. G is not even like fully banned. Like it's still made, like the yellow five dye, like and like it's made in petroleum now. It's still toxic. It's still not natural. It's not meant for human beings, like you said. Like it's fucking dog shit. Like why? Like it's so bad for you. Yeah, that's. I feel like that's what's wrong with America. Like excuses for money, for making the nation like greater, even though they're just poisoning kids more. Like, bro, petroleum and coal tar, like, in terms of just like nutrition or just like whatever you're doing, like, there's no difference. Just like not have tartrazine or the yellow five dye. Just remove it completely. Like, why would you just make another substitute? It's
It doesn't even
fucking
change the
retarded.
flavor. This yellow
It's
dye isn't
unfortunate.
just a junk food.
It's
It's in
awful.
the foods that we consider healthy. It's in the everyday kids' snacks like popcorn,
That ain't
mac
no
and
snack.
cheese, fruit
That's junk
snacks.
food.
It's in sports drinks like
Fruit snacks ain't
Gatorade
even
and so
snacks. That's
called
just
vitamin water.
fruits.
It's even
Nah,
added to
that ain't
chicken
even food. That's
broth,
dog
to
shit.
corn, to pickles, to mustard, and to yogurt. And so, of course, our kids get sick.
Yeah, that's a lot of foods that this yellow five dye is in. And the worst part is that not all of these food labels or these foods, they actually like tell you that the tartrazine or the yellow five dye is like in the food. So half of the times you're just thinking it's a normal like yogurt, popcorn, or just like any other snack, even though it has the like stupid food dye. That's that's horrific. and you have these like issues that are happening with you and your future kids. Yeah, that's way worse than I thought.
And we lovingly feed them chewable vitamins, which have, surprise, tartrazine. And so the cycle continues
Yeah,
until the coughs and asthma kick in, at
that's a
which
good
point you
argument though.
go to pick up some cough syrup. And yeah, you guessed it, tartrazine. I've been picking on tartrazine today, but that's just one of at least 100 chemical poisons that our health agencies allow into our children's food. I can make a video just like this to talk about Red 40, BHA, BHD, potassium bromate, chemical after chemical, and on and on and on. If just one of them can cause all of these problems, imagine what they're doing in combination. That has never been studied. If we took all of these chemicals out, our nation would get healthier immediately. We'd have fewer sick days. We'd have better focus.
That's a good argument, like causation. Like if people are just healthier, like food is everything. Like guys, like you literally are what you eat. Like you eat healthy food, you're a healthier person. You become more productive. You do more like work. Work isn't actually productive. It's just something that the government uses to enslave you. But still, you're more active and you do the stuff that you want. And people who are more active and enjoy themselves are in a better like biochemical state or just a better life from eating better stuff and living a healthier life. Like it is a massive benefit. I feel like if the US became like more healthier with its food rather than just talk about like business, economics, route. They just do this route where they stop like having these like stupid food dyes, these preservatives, these vegetables. They went like, in my opinion, more carnivore route. Eating raw foods, eating natural foods. Yeah, the outcome will be amazing, and we literally go back to nature. Not okay, not fully back to nature, but it is astronomical. Yeah. I feel like if RFK Jr. becomes like the head minister of health or something, like yeah, it'll be a really good thing though. It will actually be really good. That's an amazing argument he made. Like more productivity, 100%.
We'd have less anxiety. Our kids would learn more easily. We'd lose weight. We'd have more energy. We'd have fewer tumors and longer lives. It's not all dark. Over the past 16 years, the government has banned 8 chemical additives that cause cancer, genetic damage, asthma, and many of the other health conditions as tartrazine does. And you know what's interesting? All 8 of those crucial steps forward in our kids' health were taken under President Trump. But the Democrats who claim to be all about health care have stood by watching other countries ban these poisons and make our kids sick, asthmatic, hyperactive, and depressed. They left them on every supermarket shelf in America. They even used your tax money to put them in your kids' school lunch. So their big food and their big ag donors probably gave them all that golden handshake and the big money hug and their big pharma.
Yeah, that's basically like why the US like fucking sucks. Like it's just capitalism, money, politics, become better. Like bro, like Donald Trump is just a human at the end of the day. It's just status. Like he isn't like biologically different. He isn't this or that. It's just his opinion, his voice. People have opinions, but of course like America is run on authority, money, capitalism status, and because of that like millions of lives had to suffer, like our healthcare and just like the health conditions, and it's like unfortunate. And yeah, it's just all about money, which is horrible, because since when was healthcare about money? Healthcare is about being natural and just living your life to the fullest and not like truly caring about what problems you have, because in nature this would not happen. And of course in this society, this like city driven, of course like money driven, as I said before, like yeah, just money just ruins America. It's ridiculous. Of course, um for the next hundreds of years, centuries, that's like the state of America. It won't change. It's their main goal. It's been that for like a long time. Our goal millions of years ago was to have an amazing family and live the best lives hunting, but now it's this shit. Yeah, America really is cooked. Still, amazing argument though, RFK Jr.
donors probably call them up and thank them also because now they're going to make billions selling Adderall, Prozac, and rescue inhalers. Enough is enough. President Trump and I are going to stop the mass poisoning of American children. Together, we're going to make America healthy again.
Trump, RFK Jr., top tier alliance. Um, yeah, so that was a video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, like I feel like RFK Jr. is a good dude. He low key like cares about people. He actually like cares about Americans and the state we're living. I feel like he's going a more natural approach. Like I saw RFK before. He went on carnivore for like 20 days and he actually lost a pound per day. Like 20 pounds lost in 20 days. He's seeing nature as a good thing and like how people should enjoy themselves more instead of just money. And I feel like if I like see more videos of him, I'll look into him more. He's definitely in the right direction, but I feel like if he like went more nature route, like he advocated for more liver meats, organ meats, went the carnivore route, something like Goatus, Space IQ, Marcus Young, Mason Jin Fu, he'd be like, of course, like goaded. But I feel like right now it's a really good impression. RFK Jr. is low key like actually into healthcare, and that is amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.